Decentralization, devolution, and delegation. What distinguishes these constitution concepts? First, in decentralization of power, the source of power is constitution. Example, seventh schedule of the Constitution of India. It is to be noted that the seventh schedule creates equal status for union and states in terms of source of power. That means states are not dependent on a union or no dependency on a union in terms of above mentioned background. For example, seventh schedule consists union, state and concurrent list. For union and concurrent list, legislative sorry for union and concurrent list, union have exclusive and decisive powers in legislative terms, respectively, whereas states have their jurisdiction on state list. On the basis of seventh schedule, we can infer that India is a two-tier federation in structure, in spite of 73rd and 74th constitutional amendments, as there is no local list in 7th schedule in addition to union, state and concurrent list, and no administrative and financial autonomy as for union and states. It is remarkable that 73rd and 74th constitutional amendments that aimed at a decentralization of power to empower Panchayati Raj institutions and urban local bodies or grassroots democracy with the bottom up approach that makes Indian Federation third tier in function but two tiers in structure. India exemplifies cooperative federalism based on the interdependency of union and states, and center act as a big brother. Example, first article of our constitution as India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states, and provisions of articles 245 to 255, from 256 to 263, and from 264 to 281 under Part 11 of our Constitution under title Relations between the Union and the States reflects the spirit of cooperative federalism in terms of legislative, administrative, and financial terms, respectively. Devolution, where legislature, parliament, or law-making body by law gives power. Example, 13th constitutional amendment to the Sri Lankan constitution. An outcome of the India Sri Lanka Accord of July 1987 that signed by then Prime Minister of Republic of India Rajiv Gandhi and Sri Lankan President J.R. Jayawardene. The 13th constitutional amendment was introduced in an attempt to address or resolve Sri Lanka's ethnic conflict that had aggravated into a full-fledged civil war between armed forces Sri Lanka and liberation tigers of Tamil Nadu. The 13th constitutional amendment of our immediate neighborhood or neighbor Sri Lanka's constitution, which mandates a measure of power devolution to the provincial councils that established to govern the island's 9 provinces. Delegation is an executive act like decentralization and devolution are constitutional and legislative in their nature. When executive gives its power by executive resolution, due to this above described nature, it is least protected. The creation of national institution for transforming India, Niti Aayog, is a result of executive resolution that exemplify its nature neither constitutional nor statutory. For example, Indian Constitution gives lawmaking or legislative powers to the legislature or parliament, while operational aspects can be delegated to statutory bodies. It is to be noted that essential powers cannot be delegated. The delegated legislation would describe operational details, giving power to those implementing or executing the details. Regulations and bylaws exemplify classic examples of delegated legislation.